Alright, here is some more ongoing problems that we're having. This has been quite the problem for quite some time. And a lot of it is due to probably the timber we're working. I'd say this head's probably not meant for what we're trying to do with it, would be my guess. And I'd say a lot of it would probably be operator error. But this joint has been an issue for a while. This here was a plate that I'd put on, and it had actually ran up to here somewhere, and then it made a U-piece here, ran up, and I beat it down and drove it across there and welded all that in. That stopped it for a while. Cracked again, so then we got the gouger out and we gouged all that open, laid another piece in here across, welded it in, and at that time I thought instead of doing a double U, I'll make a separate strap, and that's what this is. Starts here. I beat it to form the curvature of this pit, which is like this. I beat it in, I heated it all up and beat it in to form that curvature. Welded all that in, all the way down to here. This is one strap. And it is now busted again, back across, followed the curve, and look back here. It's actually went through the weld, and it has continued to go to where my finger's at now, on this side. Bens, we got Tater and Derek cutting on this job. Stuff's actually got me freed up to where I can put a little bit of love into this thing and try to do some welding on it again. The two finger system on here was an issue. I broke one of the fingers plumb off back when I first started running this, and then Tater welded it on and put plate on the outside of the tong and on the inside of the tong of both tongs. That was no longer an issue. Now, just this past winter, I almost broke one of the three fingers off. Somewhere, it wasn't this finger because you could see the weld on it. It's on the other side. This here was busted all the way across, and it started to bust down this inside. That's what it was. It started to bust down the inside, and it stopped once it came to the back side back here. It had never busted on this side. I told Tater, I said, let me have about 2 days to fix this, and I want to plate the inside and the outside of the two outside tongs, because this is a three finger. So I'm going to do the third finger and the first finger, and I didn't do the middle finger yet. It's probably going to come sooner than later, but I haven't done it yet. And this here's only been on for about a week now, and I feel real good about that. From watching what he's done here, I feel real good about this. This here was another issue. This horn. We do so much prying with dragging such big timber to us. Tater's actually broke that horn off there once. I have not broke it off, but I came real close. It was busted all the way across here, up to here. This side here never did bust. It was busted from here, all the way up to here. This side here didn't do it. But then this piece here was just shattered like glass. And then right along here, it was busted from there, all the way down to here. I don't know how it was still holding on there. But whenever he gave me a couple days to fabricate the tongs, I actually spent a little bit of time on this and put some love into it. Now this looks like garbage, I know that, but I'm pretty confident that that's going to hold. And I have been doing some pretty good prying with it. I'm not purposely prying with it, but I have been doing a little bit of prying with it, putting it through its pace and keeping an eye on it, and it's still got slag formed on it, so it's not really putting the pressure in here now like it did before, because I've got this here welded back and strengthened it up for the backbone along with this. And I am by no means taking full credit to it as being some kind of special fabricator, because if I was, that over there would have been fixed the first time, not the 4th or 5th time. This here has been an issue, but we have not had any problems out of this, knock on wood, for a pretty good while. But there was a lot of pressure coming up into this joint right here, and we kept cracking them. We just kept gouging them out and filled them back, gouging them out and filled them back. And we've not had a problem out of them for a couple years now. But it wasn't just one side, it was both sides. I would say Tater done this one, being that there's several layers on there. I did one and he did the other, and I can't remember which one I done. I would say that's probably my weld from the looks of it. My welds typically don't look pretty, but they hold. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong here for it not to hold. I don't know why it's just this one. This one here has never been a problem. The other two on the other side has never been a problem. I don't understand it. Never been a problem. It's just that one side. And if anybody from Rotobec watches this and has an idea of what to do here, please leave it down in the comments below, because I am stumped. We have tried everything other than cutting it off and welding from the inside out. That's the only thing we have not tried. But we can't stop production in order to do that. Right now, we're just kicking the can down the road to get us through until hopefully we get a nasty winter to where we can put this thing under surgery and do it right. We've not had any problems at all with the pins down here on the bottom of the cylinders. Not had a bit of problem with the chain, the saw bar oil tank mounting mechanism, and I use this thing a lot. Here lately, since I broke the horn, I have been finding myself to use this here as more of a horn than anything, because it sticks out further than what the horn does by a good bit. So I use that for a lot of my leverage. No problem at all with anything up here. Right now, it's just there. Waiting on Junkyard to bring my hood back, and I'm gonna get the gouging and fill that sucker full of weld again and see if we can't get it through to this fall. I want to add this little bit on there before I publish this, but this was the crack that was forming down the side and going across and going back down. I got that welded up. Don't look pretty at all. There ain't nothing that looks pretty on this head anymore, but that'll probably hold for up into this winter to where we can get back to the sawmill. I didn't do no video on it because we've just been in such a daggone hurry. Just breakdown after breakdown after breakdown. Can't never get ahead. Broke the air conditioner belt on the den this morning. Over tightened it. So I'm trying to get some of the video going along. This is a clear cut right here. The guy's wanting horse pasture and having to pile up tops and handling tops 4 or 5 different times because there just ain't enough room in here to lay all the tops down and then log it out and then bring Tiny in. We're finally getting some room opened up, but just stressful. I just wanted to add that little bit on there along with my Rotobec problems. To be continued, I reckon, to a later day.